If you want to stack the odds in your favor to have success, especially if you're a parent of a wrestler who is incredibly into wrestling and you feel like they are spinning their wheels and you want to help them, understand that no one's going to get to the top just by just working hard randomly. You have to have a plan, right? A bodybuilder has a plan. A gymnast has a plan. Level 4 all the way up to level 10. Blue belt in jiu-jitsu has a plan that they used to get there. In wrestling, we don't always have plans, right? We just kind of practice random moves. Imagine a gymnast saying, I'm gonna do a few cartwheels, then I'm gonna do a backflip, I'm gonna do a side flip on the balance beam, then I'm gonna do some big tall circles around the bars. I don't know. They're just piecemealing everything together. You wouldn't do that. No, they're like, we're working bars now. You're level 7. You're close to level 8. Here's your routine. You've been working for the past 1 year, 4 months. Here's your sticking points. Here's where the judges are discounting you. Let's work just those points right now. And I think you can be level 8 within 3 months. Okay. We don't do that in wrestling, do we? We're just like, I learned this new move on YouTube. We're going to practice, and then we're going to wrestle live, and we're going to go run. No, how about having a plan? All right. Now, you could make your own. There might be other plans out there. We have a plan. It's our online wrestling academy. And you say, oh, and you're just trying to sell me something. Well, I will tell you that I spent $45,000 on this program. $35,000 to build it, $10,000 the first year advertising it. So I'm not going to make any money on this for a very long time. So yes, it costs money to put products out there. I wish it didn't. I wish I could advertise for free. So yes, it costs you $179 plus $14 a month. You have, the program's probably worth $700 if I ever have any chance of recouping any of my costs, because most people don't wrestle. Most people that do aren't that into it. Most people that are into it will never go to camps. They never do online training programs. They'll spend $10,000 a year going to tournaments, but they won't want to spend any money on a home wrestling mat or training or online course like ours. So that's a very narrow sliver of market. So, from a sheer business standpoint, wrestling's a terrible business to be in, actually, because your customer base is so narrow. But there's no way I could charge anybody $700. So that's the reason we said, hey, $179, $14 a month. Maybe if we can get 100 members over the course of a few years, we can recoup our costs. And then maybe, hey, sometime down the road, we might make a little money on the deal. So if you have interest in our online wrestling academy, you can look at our website at purlerwrestling.com, and there's some great testimonials there, namingly at this point in time. Colton Schultz, he was a world champion in high school. He homeschooled with our program. Nick Lee at Penn State used our program a lot. They used to do our academy when they could get a chance. Stefan Mishik's dad just gave me an amazing testimonial. It's going to be on our new website. So there's a few famous wrestlers out there, but most wrestlers didn't go on to be famous, but they had tremendous success. We have athletes all over the nation who use our products. We had 2 wrestlers last year who got their senior pictures taken with our wrestling book. It's on Amazon. It's like $20. The Purler Way. They said, this book changed my whole wrestling career. That's the reason they got to wrestle at App State and the Naval Academy. So they got their senior pictures, one of them taken with our book. So we're making a big impact. If you could think that we could possibly help, check us out at purlerwrestling.com. But if you do want to plan, you need to either make one, find someone who can make one. If you can get one for free, and that's important, go do that. But just quit throwing your kids in practices and say, you're hot and tired and sweaty after practice. You have to be getting better. I think Kel Sanderson's going to be calling by the time you're 17. That's not how it works. You need a plan and a system. And you coaches do too, right? And if you coaches don't have one, you need to get our online academy or have us in for a private team camp. We give the whole team our online academy and the coaches if we do a private team camp with us. But at some point in time, we have to understand that number 1, we need a system. Number 2, wrestling is an unorganized mess. Number 3, maybe it's time to quit spending $700 on a national tournament to wrestle 11 minutes, and you might want to take that $700 and go get a home wrestling mat. I don't sell home wrestling mats. If I did, I would tell you, go somewhere else. Buy a home wrestling mat. Go to a camp. We have to quit spending money on these stupid tournaments. Not all of them are stupid, but if you're going to 7 or 8 or 9 of them a year, you're spending a lot of money when you should be spending some money on training. So there's my insight. Good luck.